Okay, so today's project is going to be replacing the stock Storyteller Flarespace window. This is the slider, and you can see the metal is kind of showing through. This is a high abrasion environment with all the wind and everything coming through. So we're going to replace that, and Flarespace released this window not too long ago, and what it is it's a awning window. I believe it's the 1133 Flarespace window. And it comes with a new cover from Van Essentials. So kind of what I've done so far is just kind of taking the screen off. It's held in by Velcro, and then the trim ring. So I have a couple friends coming over because you really need two people to do this, one to kind of hold the window in, and then one to kind of sandwich it from the inside. So we're going to film the process. The biggest thing to kind of worry about is just making sure the window's centered. And then when you attach the trim ring, you want to make sure this seam is mated up properly. So it's good to have extra sets of hands. Flarespace does have a video on how to install the slider window, and it's pretty much the same process, same trim ring, everything. But we're going to get this installed today. All right, so right now we're at the point to remove the window. So the trim ring is out, and Jeff brought up a point that these are stuck in there pretty well. So the best way to do this from his recommendation is to find a corner and you kind of push, and it also helps to have a second person to where you kind of push from one side, pull from the other side, and then the window will kind of unstick and come out. So,
and someone has to be outside to catch it.
Yes. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to clean the jam. There's some adhesive in here, some muck, and just all kinds of craziness. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean it with a soap and water solution, and then we're going to go right behind that with some isopropyl. This is 90%. So we're just going to clean it all out, and then we'll put the new window in. All right, so at this point, Jeff is holding the window in, and what we're going to do is we're going to kind of put the trim ring on there. And what's not overly important right now is making sure it's perfectly centered. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the top screw and then these two bottom seam screws kind of in there, and that'll hold the window up. And then you can kind of shimmy it around, adjust it, and then start putting in the rest of your screws. So that's what we're going to do next. All right, so now we are going to start screwing. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm going to do this bottom one in the center first. So what I'm doing is just kind of centering it the best I can, eyeballing it.
You got pull on that.
You what?
You got pull on that. I felt it go.
Yeah.
It's pushed for a long time. Pull it through.
All right, so I'm going to do the top one next.
Okay.
Top center.
Yeah, I got a bigger gap at the top, but we can move in a minute. Okay.
All right, so now what he's doing is just kind of centering the window outside. And then the next screw we're going to put in is this one, so that way we can keep the seam tight, and then I'll work our way around the rest of the window. All right, I'm gonna do the other seam one.
Okay. Pinch it together.
Yep, I'm holding it together. All right.
There's not a lot of pressure on it out here though. That's cool because I can still move it.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just barely getting it to grab and then kind of backing it out a little bit.
Probably better. How are you on alignment? On your trim piece. I don't care about the window. I'm gonna kill a bug.
It looks okay.
Good.
I mean, I'm not really too worried about the tweed because it's not going to exactly line up.
Yep.
All right, so I am going to do maybe the corner one next.
I walk from the center out.
Okay, then I'm going to do the one right here.
Okay.
Yep.
It's pretty center right now. Oh, good grab. Good grab.
All right, and then the next one.
No, go the other way.
Oh yeah, okay.
And push it together always. Always keep pushing that trim piece in. Because eventually the trim will go around the edge of that window.
Yeah, all right, and then now this one
Okay?
or bottom.
Because you're only here, right? And you just did these guys?
I got the top three
Yes.
and then the bottom two center.
And then work your way out. You do one and then the other.
All right, so we'll do this one.
Okay?
All right. And then this one over here.
Yeah. These are key, right?
Yeah.
And yours are better than mine because yours are different plastic and they don't flex.
Product placement, Harbor Freight trim kit. Yeah. All right, so we'll do the top one.
Okay.
All right, and then I guess we'll do the other top.
Yeah, I gotta move it. Okay.
All right, we'll do this bottom one over here since that's where you're at.
Hold on a minute. To me, it looks like it's shifted down and it's in there pretty tight that I can't move it.
Okay, I can, I'll back them off a little bit.
But it might be pulling itself to the center.
I'm just backing all these off just a turn.
And another thing I did, just to move it much out here, so I capped the frame inside. Like cap here and cap here.
All right, I just moved it some.
Oh yeah, you did. Perfect.
Is good there?
Well, perfect on the move. Let me see if it's...
So we're just checking the center on the outside.
Oh man.
Good?
Very good. Very good.
All right. So we'll do this bottom one by your left finger. Oh, okay.
Oh wow, look at that. And then rotate too. That's pretty good. Okay, which one now?
Bottom left. Your bottom left.
Ladder?
Yep.
Okay. Is it on the corner itself?
It's about.
Okay, I see your finger.
Okay. All right, and then bottom right.
Same place?
Yeah, like right here, right under the logo.
Yep.
All right, now we just got the two on each edge.
Dead center?
Here and here.
Oh, two, okay. Yeah. Do one, then the other.
All right, so we'll do this one, the upper one.
You want to do the harder one first?
Sure.
You got a long enough extension to get in there without...
I don't think I need it.
Oh, okay. Mine needed it because the drill would hit the wall and then walk the screw.
All right, we'll do that one.
Okay.
All right, and then behind the ladder, it's about right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I need the longer one for this one.
Ah. Deeper.
Yep.
The flare goes out and the wall goes towards you. And Simon's magnets with the VHB are so much better on the new cover.
Yeah.
Oh, might be tightest one.
All right, last one is this one down here.
Yep.
But it's kind of bowed out a little bit, so I'm going to loosen these so I can maybe move it just a tad.
So it walks a little on its own because of the angle and the pressure.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
kind of sticking out a little
Uh-huh.
bit right here. So I think what I'm going to try to do,
Got a little clamp to help pull it in.
yeah.
Well, is it out?
All right, so what I did on this last screw is I kind of used this little clamp to kind of tuck it in just a little bit and got that last screw in. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to go along the top and we're going to snug these all in to compress the gasket, and then we're done. Yeah, so this top one was pretty loose. All right, now it's snug. That was just the seam kind of snapping into place. Let's go see how that looks on the outside. All right, just the pro. Whatever. So guess what you're kind of looking for is you got gasket compression, good centering. The gasket may not compress completely the same all the way around, but you do want to see a little bit of gasket compression as you go along the window, because that's your seal. So I think that looks pretty good. All right, so now that we went back in and re-snugged all these, I got my helper Jeff. We're gonna do a water leak test on the window. So go ahead, Jeff. I don't feel any water, everything is dry. So I think we're good to go. So we're gonna grab the screen and the window cover, make sure it all fits well. All right, so the last part of this, we didn't really film it, but it's just, if you option with the cover, you kind of take these little tabs, line it up on the magnet, and then you put a piece of VHB tape on it. And then what you do is you just kind of hold it up and do a couple at a time to set your magnet placement, and then you got a cover. So you can kind of see the little tabs, and they're not perfectly straight, but they'll do. And then the other cool thing about the window is you no longer have the slider. You got a little awning window, and it only opens 10 degrees, but you get some good airflow. So that's that. If you got any questions, let me know.